check. Nope. These. Check. Yep. Excellent. Yep. Tangled. We can figure this out. Welcome back to RodiTV. I'm Chris. Today on the show, I have a guitarist from Atlanta, Georgia. His band is called Vicki's Dream. And if you want to show your support for me or any of the awesome artists I have on this channel, share this video, and of course, subscribing and liking is excellent as well. Okay, it's go time. Alright, joining me today is Atlanta musician, guitarist for Vicki's Dream, Bryan Caruso. Bryan, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? It's nice to meet you, man.
Absolutely. So tell me about Vicki's Dream, how you guys got started. Give me the whole backstory.
Well, it's an interesting band. We have a post-apocalyptic theme, and it's about this girl Vicki who falls asleep into this dream world where the whole entire world is being overtaken by demons, and she's the only person that can save humankind. And pretty much all her songs are about her dreams and nightmares.
Dude, so you're telling me the band has a concept. Like, a lot of times bands have albums that have concepts, but this entire band is one concept.
Yeah, the whole band's a concept.
I mean, that's awesome, man. That's so cool. Who came up with this idea? Like, is Vicki an actual person?
It's not an actual person. It was my bass player who came up with the idea. And he's always been wanting to do it for a long time. And now that he wasn't in a band at the moment, he's like, I've been wanting to do this project for a long time. You want to be a part of it? I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. So we've been doing some pretty interesting stuff. And the weird thing is, we wrote songs about viruses taking over the world and destroying man. This is before the whole COVID thing even broke out.
when COVID happens and you're like, oh man, this just got real.
Yeah, it just got real. This is actually happening now.
Yeah, no doubt. So when you guys, have you been playing live recently?
Not recently. I think our last show we did was around Christmas time.
So you guys haven't even got back out there yet?
Nah, we haven't done anything yet. We've been focusing on recording our songs. But then this whole COVID thing broke out, and then we kind of just said I put everything on the back burner.
Like a lot of bands have at this point.
Yeah.
Have you guys been working on any material?
Yeah, we've been working on some new stuff, recording a whole bunch of things, and we've been experimenting with new singers and new drummers, and just trying to find the right people to fit in. And we think we got our seen people, so we just got to get our songs recorded and put them out, and hopefully go from there.
Yeah, without a doubt. So you guys did a music video last year and posted it up on YouTube. Tell me about that video, because it's a really awesome video. Where was that filmed, and how did that go down?
It was filmed in my drummer's backyard. The drummer that we had at the time, I actually wasn't in the band at that time. That was when they first started.
Oh, okay.
And, the guitar player that he had didn't really work out with him. But I don't know, they just got some 3 little Asian girls, and they had them pretend they were the band, and they were just trying to make it look creepy.
I mean, they pulled it off. It looks pretty creepy, the stuff that they had hanging on that hut in the background.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job. I've actually recorded that song though, and I mixed it for them.
Speaking about recording,
so
tell me about the gear that you use live.
Live, I use a Laney guitar amp, and I have a Fender Hartfield guitar, which is actually a really rare Fender that actually Ibanez made when they first started. But then Ibanez went bankrupt, and Fender funded them some money to kind of give them a boost, and that's when they made those guitars. There's only very few of those out there.
Not bad. What color is it?
It's white, and it looks like a cross from an Ibanez and a Jackson, but it's got a Fender logo on it. It's kind of weird.
That's awesome, man. So you are also involved in producing and recording music. Tell me about your company, Bryans Music.
Well, so I engineered this major studio in Atlanta called EOA Digital. It's by Atlantic Station, and it's It's just a producer name that I gave myself just to kind of market myself, just to give me a little brand. And that's just what I've been going by. Just like for people to like hit me up to mix their music or master their music or be their producer if they need it.
Has that been
You know,
slower because of COVID as well?
actually, no, it's
Yeah.
been insanely busy.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally at the studio like every day, like doing like hours and hours of recording. I'll be there from like 8 o'clock in the evening to like 6 o'clock in the morning, just like recording all these random people.
It makes you
It's
wonder,
been,
like, the bands aren't playing live as much right now, but all the music that's going to come out at the end of this year and early next year because everybody's in the studio.
it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out next year, man.
So
It's crazy.
you have a decent enough experience playing around Atlanta. What are some of your favorite venues to play at?
Uh, my favorite one it would be like, what is it? It's the 529 and the Union. They're like just because they're in the heart of like the mid city area where like everybody goes to shows. So those like the two places I really like. I did like playing at the old Masquerade. That was cool, but I
I got to
miss
tell
it,
you, man,
man.
I like the new Masquerade. It's cool, but it's not the old one, man. I miss the old one.
Yeah, it doesn't have the personality that is known for it. It's like
The old one, dude,
it's not right, man.
you'd be up there in heaven wondering at any point this floor could fall right through. You know what I mean?
I've had some scary experiences where people are all jumping up and down. You literally feel the floor moving.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is gonna collapse.
Well,
This
they
is not
did
cool.
before they shut it down. They had to temporarily shut down prior to that because the floor knocked loose. So they did
Oh,
have an
Jesus.
incident where, at any point it could have come down.
Yeah, I heard that years ago they had a rave where the stairwell collapsed and a lot of people died.
They died? I
That
didn't
was
even know about that. People
like
died?
15, yeah, like 15, 20 years ago, the stairwell collapsed.
Wow.
It was like during a rave or something.
I mean, yeah, that'll
It was
do
way
it.
before I lived here.
Yeah, yeah. Where are you from
Yeah.
initially?
I'm from New Orleans,
Cool,
so
cool.
I moved to Atlanta because of Katrina.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
and I've been
dude.
here since.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do you like Atlanta?
Eh, it's not New
It's not
Orleans.
New Orleans, man. What part of New Orleans did you live in?
Yeah, I lived in Lakeview, which is like right around where the lake is, like the huge Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of like the suburbia area that's kind of away from the downtown like area, but it's like I guess kind of like Gwinnett area from Atlanta, if I can describe it.
Right. And the music scene in NOLA is so awesome. Like if everything,
Music
like every
everywhere.
genre of music you could think of, there's a scene for it there, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same
I'm
thing
making you
is
sit now.
nothing
You're
big
like,
ever comes
you're gonna be
after
gone
it,
by
man.
tomorrow.
Right?
All right, dude. So speaking of now, you live in Atlanta now, and I'm gonna call you out. I gotta ask you about this because I was browsing your social network there on Facebook. What's your deal with coffee, man? You've been angry twice now about coffee. You got 2 statuses this past week.
I was just There's just disappointments with coffee, man. It's like I'm on a run like all the time, and there's times I'm not like a big coffee drinker, but there's times where I just want some kind of caffeine just to kind of boost my energy, And it's just like
And Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, that is not gonna cut it.
it tastes like powder to me. It's just like this doesn't taste like
I mean,
good coffee.
I don't blame you, man, because like Starbucks tastes like the inside of a cow's mouth. I don't know. I'm not a big fan either. But there are coffee houses around town. You know Chattahoochee Coffee House, right?
I've never heard of it. I'll
There's
have to
2
go look for it
locations.
and
I
try
think
it.
one of them's in West Midtown, and I know the other one is right near the Battery where the Atlanta Braves play.
Yeah.
But that's got pretty good coffee, man. They're around. You got to find them.
There's Caribou coffee. I've had them in the mall once, and they're pretty good. I just wish there was more of those around with the drive-through.
I know, man. I know. But you know what? It is what it is. And hey, maybe you're right. Maybe Atlanta's got to get their coffee game up.
Yeah, they really do.
All right,
They
so
got a good one in New Orleans.
what is that?
It's called PJ's Coffee. They had one here for a short while, but it didn't last.
Oh, there's a PJ's in Midtown. It
Really?
just opened up about 6 months ago. Yeah, it's right next to an Einstein Bagel.
I gotta go there.
There you go. But still, that's still a chain, though. So you're not into
Yeah,
like the
it's still a
hipster
chain.
micro, the quote unquote micro breweries of coffee. You're into. You could still go with the chain, but it's got to be a good enough chain.
Yeah, it's gotta be good enough. I like the underground stuff more than like the mainstream materialism stuff. You know?
All right, man. From one guitarist to another, how's the Eddie Van Halen thing hitting you?
Oh man, that's devastating, man.
I know.
It influenced so many people, man. It's just why, man. And then the next day, the drummer from Cream died. You know, so it's like, what the heck's going on? And then we lost Neil Peart, like the beginning of this year. It's like, man, we're losing a lot of legends right now.
Yeah, it's like if you weren't sure that 2020 sucked by now, it's pretty much solidified.
Yeah. And it's not even. We have like 2 months left. Like, what's gonna go on in these past 2 months?
It ain't over yet.
Yeah.
All right, man. So what's next for you? Are you guys? You say you don't have any shows planned, but how are you keeping busy?
Just working at the studio, and on my free time, I'm like with the band, doing that. That's all I do is just studio or the band.
When you guys get back out there, I want to have you back on the show and tell you what's so you could plug the shows and we could see what's going on.
Definitely, man. That'd be awesome. I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. So, all right, most important question of the day: what are you going to be for Halloween?
Probably a zombie.
Nice,
it's
dude.
like the easiest costume. Maybe like a vampire zombie.
All right, there it is. You heard it here first, people. Bryan Caruso, a vampire zombie. All right, dude. Hey, plug your stuff. Are you on social networks?
Yeah, I'm on social network. I'm on Instagram. The Bryans_music. And then my Facebook is just Bryan Caruso. There's a lot of Bryan Carusos on Facebook, though, and oddly enough, I added them all to my Facebook, so it's kind of funny.
That's
like there's like 5 or 6 Bryan Carusos always responding to my comments, and people are like, "What the heck's going on?"
Have you actually talked to any of them, or they're just randomly there?
Yeah, we've all talked to each other. We've even actually thought about trying to meet up one day at a hotel just to confuse everybody at the hotel. Be like, "Why is there like 10 different Bryan Carusos reserved this week at their hotel?"
I like it, man. Hey, you know what? You do you. You Bryan Carusos do yous.
Yeah, right?
All right, cool, man. This has been fun. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome, man. It was awesome talking to you, man. Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll talk soon, though, all right? Have a good one.
All right, you too, man. Appreciate it.
All right, later. Right when I click record, vacuum.